I have another haul video for you. um, God, after a while doing haul videos, I don't know if anyone else who makes videos feels this way, but if you're out there watching me, you kind of feel like a shopaholic when you make videos because it's sort of kind of confirmation of all the stuff that you bought and you're just kind of reviewing it all and stuff. But anyway, so yeah, I have a couple. This is a collective haul. This is all makeup stuff. And I have one hair thing. So, yeah, I had a friend who was going to be going through duty free who got me a couple things. One of the things I was in need of was some brush cleanser, and I've actually already used up a little bit of this because I decanted it into the spray bottle, which I put my brush cleanser in because I just find I mainly use this for I use it the odd time for face brushes, but I mainly just use it for eye brushes. So it's just kind of handier to spray it on a tissue and swirl your brush. So I can't remember how much that was, but I think it's 20% off in duty free. So I got it cheaper because it was going to be something that I was going to buy anyway. So. And then the next things I got were from MAC, but I asked my friend to get them in duty free, but they don't actually do them. And the first thing I got was the eyeshadow palette, the 18 pan eyeshadow palette, or 15, not 18. And then I just bought. You have to, you buy this, and then you buy the little insert separately. So just kind of the 18 pan insert, and then I also got one more eyeshadow, which I actually have in my little 4 quad, and it's bronze, which is it's just kind of it's a fairly neutral kind of medium brown colour. I'm actually not sure why I didn't have this, and I'm surprised more people don't talk about it. It sits somewhere between sable and the dark brown side of the Izzle Duo from NARS. I might do swatches at some point, just too lazy to get up and do them now, but it's not quite as warm as the NARS eyeshadow, but it's definitely not as plummy as sable, so yeah. And then the next thing I got was from Topshop, and this is something I've had my eye on for ages. I think about a year ago I saw this when it first came out, or whenever it first came out, and I didn't buy it at the time, and it's never been in any Topshop, any Topshop that has the makeup concession in it. So I've seen it online once or twice when I wasn't actually in the mood to order anything online, so I never got my hands on it. And so the last time I was in Topshop with my friend, I saw it, and I wasn't really in the mood to buy it, and I didn't really want to buy anything that day, but I just went for it because I knew that I wanted it, and I knew it might sell out. And it's actually the last one on the stand, so it was fate. It was just one of those things, and I got it, and it's the Crescent Moon highlighter, and it comes in a box like this, and this is what the packaging looks like. And funny enough, I was pretty surprised when I opened it. It doesn't actually have a mirror in the lid, which is kind of strange, but it looks quite like that. Probably a little bit more pink. It's sort of like a neutral kind of shimmery pink colour. It looks quite kind of champagne-y up close like that. Just looks sort of washed out, but it doesn't actually look like that. It's kind of far more pinky. And it's probably not going to show up in a swatch, but it's really kind of pigmented. It's I really want this to sort of come across. You kind of see it there. It's quite kind of opalescent. It is sort of like kind of a neutral pink base, but the shimmer in it is quite like, if you're familiar with Porcelain Pink by MAC, it's that sort of kind of pinky kind of reflect. It's really nice. I haven't actually used it yet, but I have a lot of kind of golden highlighters, so I thought it might be nice to get something that was kind of slightly on the cooler side, and it's really nice. You get 6.5 grams. I thought you might get 10 in this, but highlighter is one of those things I really whack through. I know a lot of people are like, oh, I just use the tiniest amount. Like, I don't. I often use it to dull down my blush when I've been a bit heavy-handed. So anyway, so I can't remember how much that was. I think it was €12, and then it might have worked out as like 11 something with student discount. I don't know. And then So I was in Boots the other day and makeup was on 3 for 2. So there are a couple things on my list that I really wanted to get, so I got them. The first thing I got was from Sally Hansen, and I'm actually wearing it on my nails today, and it's the colour Pennies from Heaven, and it's from their Salon Manicure range. So it's a copper. It's a kind of a it's a true copper colour. It on the nails it looks like a really coppery rose gold colour. I just went and got MAC Soiree because I thought I'd compare the two. If I hold them back here, it's probably better if you're interested in either of these. It's probably best that you kind of look up swatches online because my shitty MacBook doesn't really like to. Yeah, you can kind of see that Soiree is. So you can see Soiree is kind of like, it's like a true rose gold. It's kind of like I don't know. It's far more pink than this is. This is kind of more of an orangey colour. So yeah, I think that was about €9. And then the next thing I got was from Bourjois, and it's the Rouge Edition lipstick in the number 19. I don't think it has a name. Oh, Corelle in Vogue. So it's a really kind of, so it's like a kind of like a peachy, a corally peach colour. It's kind of almost like a cream soda colour. You can see it right there. It's really nice. It's like, it is a peach, but it's not like a kind of a subdued, boring peach. And when you put it on the lips, it just looks really nice. It's kind of, if you're a fan of Barry 154 lipstick, it's sort of, that's kind of more of like it's this colour, but it's just lighter, so it's more of like a nude colour, whereas this is just a step up, so this looks like more of a colour on your lips. And it's sort of semi-sheer. It's not like completely opaque when you put it on the lips, so obviously like your lips aren't going to be like this colour, but it's just really nice. It mixes really nice with my natural lip colour, which is quite a bit darker, but it kind of, it nudes them out a little bit. It takes the colour down a little bit, but it's just really nice. It's a really wearable colour, and because it is sort of like a kind of like a peachy coral colour, I wear a lot of peachy coral blush, so I just figured it'd be a nice one to wear. Be useful to have. That lipstick was, I think, around €11. The next thing I got was from Soap and Glory, and it's the infamous futuristic gloss stick. So it looks like this. It's like a really bright kind of neon. It looks neon, but when you swatch it, it looks like a neon coral colour, but when you swatch it, it looks like it's pink. And it's just right there. It's actually quite transparent when you put it on the lips, and it's not a colour that I would have thought to buy if I hadn't kind of heard recommendations from other people, because I'm not usually drawn to colours that are pink, but when you put this on your lips, I think my natural lip colour is quite kind of like a dark rosy colour. It just sort of, I don't know, it just kind of picks them up, and it just sort of plays well with my natural lip colour, and it looks sort of like a rosy colour, but it's not too pink or anything like that, so I kind of like it because it is transparent, but it just kind of livens up my natural lip. So the Soap and Glory stain, it smells and feels exactly like the Catrice stain. Obviously these are two different colours. This is like the lightest colour I have from Catrice. It's in the shade Shears, and this one is like a pink colour. But they're both really glossy, and they both smell of vanilla, kind of like the MAC vanilla scent, but slightly stronger. But yeah, so I'm not sure if they might. So I checked on the back of both of them, and they both say that they're made in Italy, and they both kind of, the packaging is like they're both the same length, and like the cap comes off at the same. The caps are the same size, and so are the little twisty bits at the bottom. So I have a strange feeling that these are manufactured by the same people, but Soap and Glory just charge far more for them. So if you see colours that you like in the Catrice range, I'd go for them because they're obviously a lot cheaper. And I prefer the packaging of the Catrice one because they've got the silver going on. But Soap and Glory ones are nice too. And I have the Miss Sporty waterproof eyeliner, which I really like. I've used that a couple of times. It's very similar to the waterproof liquid ink eyeliner from Essence, which is one of my favourite eyeliners. So I figured I'd try the non-waterproof version. So typically on an everyday basis, I'd wear a non-waterproof eyeliner because it's just easier to remove. I'd use like a biphase eye makeup remover or something oil based to take off my eye makeup anyway, but it just makes it easier to kind of come off. The non-waterproof eyeliners tend to sort of melt off, whereas the waterproof ones kind of ball up and little bits go everywhere, and they're just kind of harder to remove. So it's just a standard black eyeliner, and it has a felt tip, so sort of like the L'Oreal whatever it's called, Superliner or Linear Intense if you're in the US. So it's just a really long kind of felt tip. The felt tip that I got with the waterproof eyeliner was actually a lot better. It was straight. This one's kind of crooked, if you can see. Let's twist it around. It's kind of tilting off to one side. And this eyeliner, I wasn't impressed with it. I swatched it and it was kind of watery and quite see-through. I'd say you'd have to do kind of a few coats of this before it was opaque. So I wouldn't really recommend it. I think this was around €3. I was pleasantly surprised with the waterproof eyeliner, but I wouldn't recommend this one. I don't think it's pretty much better off with the Essence Liquid Ink eyeliner because it's just more opaque and it's better, and the brush is better. The Essie in that pharmacy is I think $9.99, and in Boots I think they're usually €13. So I always pick up my Essie when I'm in Dundrum there because it's kind of handier. It's easier than ordering on eBay, and it works out at around the same price when you include shipping. So I only got one Essie nail polish, but I'd had my eye on this for a while, and it's the colour Master Plan. So it's kind of like, it's very similar to Portchester Square by Nails Inc. On the screen they look kind of almost identical, but actually in real life Portchester Square is much more purple, and it goes on, I don't know, it probably doesn't pick up on, with my shitty MacBook camera, it doesn't pick up the proper colour, but it does have quite a bit of purple in it. Dirty colours like that always look more cool tone than they do in the bottle on my nails, and I think it's something to do with just like kind of skin colour. So this one doesn't have as much purple in it at all, but it's not as dark as say like Angora Cardi or a Chinchilla or anything like that. So I haven't tried it out yet, but I hear good things about it and a lot of people really like it. I thought it might be a slightly more cool tone alternative to something like Saint Tropez, which is a really nice neutral, and I figure it'll probably be one of those nail polishes that just kind of goes with everything, so you can paint your nails with it and not think about what you're going to wear, what outfits you're going to wear, kind of like working around your nail polish, which I find sometimes I end up doing because I want everything to look kind of tonal and cohesive. So while I was there, I also picked up two things from Essence, and I picked up two of the Silky Touch blushes, and I actually have one of them already. It's just in my makeup bag here. It's in the colour Adorable, which is a really nice kind of like warm tone pink colour, and this is just, I was really pleasantly surprised by this. It just goes on so well, it blends seamlessly, and it's a really nice colour. There's a really nice colour range, so I never would have tried these if it wasn't for Natalie from Flower Bomb, and I'll put a link in the box below. All of her recommendations are always spot on, and if she finds something from the high street that's, you know, slightly cheaper, you kind of know it's going to be good, so I knew I had to check these out. And I got two more colours. I got one in the colour Sweetheart, which is sort of like, it's like a very neutral kind of pink colour. It does come up on the cheeks pink, but it's very pale as well. If you are pale like me and you kind of like blushes that are more subdued and aren't as bright, that's a nice one as well. And then I also got one in the shade Life's a Cherry, which is sort of like, I'll swatch it. Probably should have swatched both of them, but it's kind of on the finger, it looks, so there it is swatched. It's quite red. I thought this would be a nice one because I was thinking of getting another one of the Catrice gloss crayons in a coral shade. I haven't actually picked that up yet, but I was thinking of getting it, and I thought that maybe this might look nice on the cheeks when I was wearing them. So I swatched the three blushes here, and the first one is, this one's Sweetheart, that's Adorable, and then that's Life's a Cherry. So I've kind of blended that one out as well because I wouldn't be wearing it that dark. But So Sweetheart is kind of the most neutral of all of them, but it does actually, I've worn it on the cheeks a couple times, and it does actually go on a pink colour. It's a very neutral, pale pink, but it is a pink. And if you like things like NARS Sex Appeal, like if you're very pale and you kind of like those types of blushes, this would be a really nice one as well. And then this one is adorable, which is, it's a warm tone pink, and it goes on, it's quite buildable and easy to work with, but not like so buildable that you don't get any colour. And this would definitely work on like if you have like medium skin, or if you're not really pale, this one would work as well. I'd say this one would work too, but you might have a hard time with it showing up if you're kind of anywhere past medium skin. Maybe, I don't know. And then this one obviously would work for almost anyone because it's quite dark. I think those blushes are around €3, maybe €3 or €4, but they're very, very, very good value for money. I really wasn't expecting that. They're really, really, really nice. I've used Adorable loads. There's actually kind of the motif on the top of it is kind of worn off, and it's just a really nice, they go on really smoothly, they blend seamlessly, they last all day. And I find a lot of the times with cheaper blushes, they just don't last, or they don't blend well, or they don't look nice on, or they're difficult to work with. And that's definitely not the case with these Essence blushes. And I've tried some Catrice blushes, and I found that, like, I don't know, I just prefer the Essence ones. I think they're kind of better quality, and they just look better. So the last thing I got was very boring. It was kind of a necessity. It was strictly a necessity, and I got a hairdryer. And this one is the Turbo Shine 2000 by Babyliss, and it was $19.99, so it was very cheap. I really didn't spend I really didn't feel like spending a lot of money on a hairdryer, so I just decided to get a cheap one. I've been happy with all the things I've tried from Babyliss. They've all worked. They haven't broken on me, and I've used my conical on quite a bit. So I figured I'd just kind of get a cheaper hairdryer. So here's the hairdryer. It just looks like this. It does come with a diffuser as well. It's quite light, but I used it last night to dry my hair, and it does a really good job. It dries really quickly. It's far better than the shitty, really old Remington hairdryer that I had before, which just kind of sparked and died. So it's really good. I actually looked at reviews on the Boots website, and there were like loads and loads and loads of reviews of this, and it was just kind of overwhelming. A lot of people, like almost everyone who bought this and reviewed it, said that they're really happy with it for the price. It just outperformed some expensive hairdryers that they had, like more expensive hairdryers, that like Mark Hill and those kind of ones. So that's it for my haul. That's everything I got, and I will see you soon. Bye.